I'm Scott Nelles. This is molding in green sand in my studio foundry. And my friend Scott here, yes, there's two Scotts in my studio, is ramming up a sand mold. He's making mold of my 49 Mercury car, and we're going to cast it in aluminum. He starts by filling the drag, the bottom half of the mold, with sand and ramming it, as you saw, and then he flips it over, rolls the mold. He's blowing out any loose sand in the cope, and he'll repeat the process of filling the sand into the cope now, so it makes a two-piece sand mold. Now, we used a proprietary clay compound called Petrobond and a proprietary oil mixture with regular silica sand. When run that mixture through a machine called a muller, it alloys the sand and the clay and the oil together and creates a mixture which holds its shape whenever it's compacted. It's called green sand simply because it's not baked. It's black. A lot of people ask me, why is it black? And it's because it's been used over and over and over again, and it gets burned up, sintered, and there's lots of carbon in it. Normally, brand new, it would be reddish in color because the Petrobond clay is red in color. But we make molds every day in my studio, and my helpers do a great job. Now he's using what they call a snap flask or slip flask, and as you can see, a pneumatic rammer, and to compact the sand upon the match plate pattern of my 49 Mercury. I have other videos of making the patterns and developing the 49 Mercury sculpture toy, and so look for those. Now he's taken the top presser board and he's going to squeeze it in the Jolt squeeze machine. It's a very old machine. My machine was built before the Second World War. I believe they're still making them just like this, though. I think they'd be a little bit more expensive now. So I'm glad I've got an old one. It has made hundreds of, well, it's made thousands, if not tens of thousands of molds. But it doesn't do all the work, as you can see. There's a lot of handwork in molding. What he's doing there is cutting a sprue hole. You notice the hole was, the pouring cup was already built in there by squeezing it out of the top presser board. That's what formed the sprue cup. So he's just cleaning up the mold now, getting the loose sand off of it, off around the flask. And they call it a snap flask or slip flask for a reason that you'll see later in the video, where he undoes the locks on the side, little handles that you might see there. And he's lifting the cope off. Now you can see the impression of the sand was made by the match plate pattern of the 49 Mercury car. And he's cleaning off any loose sand, because loose sand is our enemy. It can leave holes in the casting. We don't like holes in the castings. So he's being very careful about that. Now it vibrates and takes off the match plate. You can see the bottom half, the top half, and all the gating system of channels that bring the metal to the castings. And now he's blowing off the loose sand again. And very careful. So he puts the drag on the conveyor. You can see all the other molds we've already made earlier in the day. He's putting the cope, he's closing the mold. Closing the cope onto the pins, of the drag. We cover up the sprue hole with a piece of cardboard. Now he opens those locks. That opens the perimeter of that flask so that he can slip the flask off of the mold. And all that you're left with is sand mold.